The universe was one incredibly small, infinitely dense, and intensely hot point. There was a sudden expansion of space, the Big Bang. Within seconds, protons and neutrons began to form, and in minutes these were fusing, forming helium and hydrogen nuclei in nucleosynthesis. These nuclei captured electrons after hundreds of thousands of years, forming the first atoms which left the universe filled with clouds of gas. One of these clouds, called a nebula, is pulled together by gravity, forming a large ball of gas. This gets denser and denser, and as it gets denser and denser, gas is pulled in, and it's still getting denser and hotter and denser and hotter, and a protostar is formed. Its core is so hot and the protostar is so huge that nuclear fusion begins, and a star has been born. In our particular star, it's so massively huge that hydrogen nuclei fuse to make helium, but this is not where it ends for our star. It grows bigger and bigger, forming a red supergiant. Here, the elements carbon, oxygen, silicon, iron, and the list goes on, are formed. Our enormous star now explodes in a supernova, outshining all the stars in the galaxy. Heavy elements like gold and uranium are formed and expelled out into the vast, infinite space. And from these elements, humans are formed. Meet Jake. Like many of us, he lies awake pondering the inanity and mundanity of his life. He wonders if his not necessarily bad but hardly unique name reflects his not necessarily bad but hardly unique life. And this was the universe's way of telling him he was to become nothing more than not necessarily bad but hardly unique. And yet he himself is as much the universe as any moon or as any planet or as any comet, because he, like them, is made of elements formed in the heart of a dying star. And someday he too will die, and yes, that is sad, but the elements that made him will return to the earth, and eventually even the earth will be gone, and what made Jake will, once again, be expelled into the infinite, wonderful, and extraordinary universe. And surely it is impossible for him to feel pointless and insignificant in the knowledge that he makes up a part of the universe, and the universe makes up him.